My beloved child, don't scroll now, because this moment you are standing in is not just another moment in your day, it is a doorway, a shift, a quiet opening that your spirit has been sensing long before your mind even realized something was changing. Listen carefully, because what you are about to understand will make sense of emotions you've been carrying without knowing why, thoughts you've been having without knowing their source, and sensations that have followed you through the rooms of your home like soft whispers from a world you can't fully see but can deeply feel. For weeks, maybe even months, you've been experiencing subtle signals in your environment, little pauses in the air, unexpected waves of calm, moments where you caught yourself staring into space as if something was calling your attention from the edges of your awareness. My beloved child, those moments were not coincidences. They weren't just feelings. They were the first signs of a guardian presence awakening around you, a comforting and ancient energy that has been watching your journey from a place beyond sight, waiting for the exact moment your soul would be strong enough, open enough, aligned enough to receive what it has been carrying for you. This presence did not arrive yesterday or last night. It has been building itself quietly out of the strength you've gained, the tears you've shed, the courage you have shown even on the days you were exhausted. It grew in the cracks where you thought you were breaking. It formed in the silence where you believed no one heard you. It stood beside you in moments when you felt invisible to the world. This guardian is not a shadow. It is not darkness. It is not something to fear. It is a reflection of you. Your resilience, your growth, your spirit, your unbroken will to rise even when everything around you felt heavy. My beloved child, think of those times you felt a sudden stillness in your home, the way the atmosphere shifted for just a second as if someone paused time around you. Think of the nights when you felt an unexpected wave of safety, the mornings when you woke up with a strange sense of clarity, the afternoons when a thought passed through your mind that felt too wise, too comforting, too powerful to be your own. That was the presence stepping closer, not with noise, not with fear, but with a gentle energy that only a sensitive soul like yours could perceive. And now, that presence has chosen to reveal itself more fully because your life is standing at the edge of a transformation you may not yet see but are already feeling in your bones. You felt a shift, haven't you? A pull. A strange inner knowing. A whisper inside you saying, something is coming. This is because the guardian has been rearranging energies in your home, clearing emotional dust from old memories, lifting the heaviness from corners where your past still lingered, and preparing your spirit for a blessing, a breakthrough, a moment of alignment that has been waiting patiently for you to become the version of yourself who is ready to receive it. My beloved child, your home has absorbed every emotion you've ever lived within its walls. The laughter, the pain, the heartbreak, the healing, and the presence inside it has been listening, guiding, responding to every shift in your heart. That's why some rooms suddenly feel warmer, why some objects feel charged with meaning, why some corners feel comforting instead of empty. You are not imagining it. Your environment is becoming more alive, more responsive, more aligned with your inner world because the presence is weaving itself through your space like a silent protector preparing the atmosphere for a new chapter. There were nights where you sat quietly and felt watched, not in fear, but in awareness. There were mornings where you felt someone rooting for you even though you were alone. There were moments when the air around you felt almost soft, almost intelligent. That was the guardian trying to get your attention. It wasn't ready before. You weren't ready before. But now you are. That is why you are here, reading this, at this precise moment, not 1 second earlier, not 1 second later. You think you stumbled onto this message randomly, but the truth is your soul was guided. The presence knew you would finally listen today. It knew your heart had opened just enough to receive this truth. You have reached a point in your journey where you are no longer who you used to be, but not yet who you are becoming. You are in the in-between, a sacred space, a spiritual threshold. And the guardian has stepped forward to walk with you through it. My beloved child, you didn't come across this message by luck. You were led to it by the same energy that has been protecting you without your awareness. Your life is preparing to unfold in ways that will surprise you, uplift you, transform you. But before that shift can arrive, you needed to understand something: you are not walking into your future alone. This presence has been waiting for the moment your spirit was strong enough to handle the truth it has been holding, and that moment is now. Stay with me till the end, because what you are about to learn next will explain why this guardian chose you, and what incredible blessing is finally moving toward your life. My beloved child, stay with me and do not scroll, because the moment you leave, the connection your spirit has opened today will begin to close again, and you are finally standing inside a moment your soul has been preparing for quietly, silently, patiently. This is not just another message, not just another story. This is the continuation of what your guardian presence has been trying to reveal to you from behind the veil of the ordinary, and now your heart is finally ready to listen. Think back to the last few days, or even the last few weeks. Have you noticed how your thoughts have been shifting, how you've been feeling small pulls in new directions, how certain decisions that once confused you suddenly started making sense, or how some emotions seemed to rise up like old memories you hadn't touched in years? My beloved child, those experiences weren't random, and they weren't emotional chaos. They were your inner world being rearranged by the guardian presence that has been moving around you more actively than ever before. This presence has watched you carry burdens you never deserved, watched you rise from moments that tried to break you, watched you hold your heart together even when no one saw your effort, and because of that, it has begun working more closely with you, guiding your intuition, sharpening your awareness, and aligning your energy with what is coming. Do you know why your mind has felt heavier at times recently, or why your heart has been thinking deeply before making choices, or why certain people and situations suddenly feel different to you? It is because the guardian presence has started clearing out the energies that no longer belong in your life. It has been pushing away the invisible weight you didn't know you were carrying, removing attachments that were dimming your spirit, and dissolving emotional patterns that were blocking your next chapter. That strange restlessness you felt wasn't confusion, it was your inner space being emptied to make room for something bigger. The sudden calmness that followed wasn't a coincidence, it was alignment. And that inexplicable sense of expectation that seemed to appear out of nowhere was the presence telling you that your life is shifting. My beloved child, the guardian has been communicating with you in the language of signs, small, gentle, almost unnoticeable unless your spirit is paying attention. A sudden chill that felt peaceful instead of cold. A moment where the light in your room looked softer than usual. A gentle warmth spreading across your chest when you thought about your future. The repeated thought that something is coming, even when nothing appeared to be changing around you. These are not illusions. These are awakenings. You have stepped into a phase where the veil between the seen and unseen is thinner for you than for most people, not because something strange is happening, but because your soul is rising, expanding, evolving into its next version. And the guardian presence has been waiting for this exact version of you. The one who is no longer surviving, but preparing to truly live. That is why it has started becoming more active, more noticeable, more intertwined with your daily thoughts and emotions. My beloved child, I want you to understand something incredibly important. This presence did not choose your home because of the walls or the rooms or the objects within it. It chose you. Your energy, your courage, your purity, your resilience, the pieces of your spirit that stayed soft even after life hardened your circumstances. And once it chose you, It began working within your environment to shape your space into a sanctuary, a container where your transformation could bloom without interference. That's why the air in your home feels different. That's why your breathing feels deeper in certain corners. That's why some old memories have resurfaced. Not to hurt you, but to release you. The guardian knows you are approaching a moment that will shift everything, a breakthrough you have unknowingly waited for, a blessing you once thought wasn't meant for you, an opportunity that felt too big for your old self but is perfectly aligned for the person you are becoming. And because this moment is so important, the presence has been preparing you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, energetically so that when the blessing arrives, you will be ready to receive it fully instead of doubting it. My beloved child, the confusion you felt was preparation. The clarity you feel now is confirmation. The heaviness that left your chest recently was cleansing. And the calmness entering your life is alignment. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding old versions of yourself. You are not becoming sensitive, you are becoming aware. You are not imagining the shift, you are experiencing the first signs of your rise. The guardian presence has stepped closer because your path is changing direction, your future is expanding, and your destiny is beginning to open in ways you once only dreamed of. And now, it wants you to stay with me till the end, because what comes next will reveal why your spirit was chosen for this journey. And what incredible transformation is already on its way into your life. My beloved child, stay with me now and don't scroll, because this is the moment where the guardianship around you lifts another layer of the veil, revealing truths that your spirit has been feeling but your mind hasn't yet had the words for. Listen deeply, because what I'm about to share will connect the strange tug in your heart, the sudden clarity in your thoughts, the unexpected heaviness, the moments of calm that made no logical sense, and the way your environment has started reacting to you instead of the other way around. My beloved child, have you noticed how your instincts have become louder lately? How certain faces drain your energy faster than before? How certain memories no longer hurt the way they used to? How some rooms in your home feel warmer, more still, more alive than they ever have? This is not imagination and it is not confusion, this is your guardian presence stepping into full activity, adjusting itself around your spirit because it knows you've reached a stage where your destiny is about to shift. Think of the way you've been feeling pulled towards something you can't name, the way you've been sensing a change without understanding what kind of change, the way your heart feels heavier one moment and strangely lifted the next. These waves are not emotional instability, they are energetic alignment, a recalibration happening inside you because the presence guiding you is preparing your soul for the arrival of something massive. You may not see it yet, but your spirit does. Your intuition has been whispering to you in ways you didn't always notice, subtle warnings, sudden pauses, random feelings of déjà vu, unexpected thoughts that seem wiser than you've ever spoken. That is your guardian's way of communicating. It doesn't use words, it uses sensations, knowing your heart will understand them before your mind does. And now, as your transformation grows closer, this presence has begun strengthening its hold on your energy, not to control you but to protect you from what cannot follow you into the next chapter. That is why certain relationships suddenly feel heavy, certain friendships feel distant, certain routines feel empty. The guardian is gently detaching you from what will block your blessing. And that is also why some things, places, or ideas suddenly feel comforting, inspiring, warm. Those are aligned with the life you are stepping into. My beloved child, I want you to reflect on something that might seem familiar, the quiet moments where you felt watched but not threatened, the seconds where your breathing slowed on its own, the nights where the silence felt like it was holding you instead of surrounding you, the days where you felt accompanied even though you were alone. Those were not ghosts. Those were not shadows. Those were not illusions. Those were the earliest signs that the guardian had moved from observing your journey to actively guiding it. And the reason it has become more intense recently is because your timeline is reaching a point of convergence, a moment where your past lessons, your present strength, and your future blessings collide. This guardian presence has been waiting for this very intersection, because this is where your life begins to elevate. But elevation requires readiness, and that is why your emotions, mind, and energy have been shifting so dramatically. Your home, the place where your energy rests the most, has been absorbing these changes. You may have noticed certain corners feel peaceful now, certain objects feel meaningful without reason, certain hours of the day feel charged with purpose. That is your home adjusting itself to your shift. It is not the space reacting. It is the guardian shaping the space to match the frequency of what is about to come into your life. My beloved child, the presence didn't just choose you because you needed protection, it chose you because your destiny carries a vibration many souls never reach. Your heart, despite the wounds it endured, never turned bitter. Your spirit, even when exhausted, never stopped reaching for the light. Your energy, even when drained, never stopped trying to heal. The guardian sees this. It honors this. It responds to this. And now it has decided that you are ready, truly ready, to understand what it has been preparing you for. You see, everything that has been shifting inside and around you is part of an invisible architecture, a sacred structure forming around your destiny so that when the blessing arrives, it finds you in alignment, not chaos, in readiness, not doubt, in clarity, not confusion. That is why your thoughts feel different now, why your emotions rise and fall with intention, why your intuition has become louder even when you weren't asking for answers. It is because your soul is awakening to the frequency of the future you are stepping into. My beloved child, I need you to know this. The guardian is not just protecting you, it is preparing you. It is shaping your instinct, strengthening your spirit, sharpening your awareness so that when the door to your next chapter opens, you will not question whether it is meant for you. You will walk into it with certainty. You will recognize it without hesitation. You will embrace it without fear. And that is why you are here now, listening to these words, because the guardian presence has guided you to this exact moment to tell you that everything you've been feeling is not random. It is proof that something extraordinary is approaching. Stay with me till the end, my beloved child, because the next part will reveal why this guardian chose you and what powerful shift it is preparing to bring into your life. My beloved child, don't scroll now, because this is the moment where the silence around you begins to speak, where the guardian presence that has been moving quietly through your home steps a little closer, revealing the purpose behind every emotional shift you've been experiencing. Listen with the depth of your spirit, because what I'm about to unfold will explain the heaviness you felt, the clarity that followed, the strange calm in your chest, and the moments when your heart felt like it was waking up from a long slumber. My beloved child, you must understand this, your guardian presence does not move randomly, it moves with purpose, wisdom, and timing. Every time your emotions surged unexpectedly in the last few weeks, every time old memories resurfaced out of nowhere, every time you felt a heaviness sitting on your chest that you couldn't explain, and every time a sudden wave of peace washed over you after that, all of it was the presence rearranging your internal world. Think back to those days when you felt lost, when your thoughts spiraled, when the weight of life felt overwhelming. And then suddenly, without reason, everything inside you quieted. Your breathing deepened. Your shoulders relaxed. Your heart softened. That wasn't coincidence. That wasn't random. That was the guardian regulating your energy, protecting you from sinking into emotions that no longer align with your future. The presence has been dissolving the emotional knots formed by your past, loosening the grip of old pain, and untangling your spirit from people, memories, and disappointments that cannot follow you into the next chapter. My beloved child, your guardian isn't just watching over you, it's preparing you, refining you, elevating you from the inside out. That's why your thoughts feel deeper now, why your emotions feel sharper, why your intuition feels louder. Your spirit is being tuned to a higher frequency, and the guardian is guiding the shift. Even your environment has been responding. The air in your home feels different, doesn't it? Softer at times, warmer at others. Certain corners feel calmer. Certain rooms feel like they hold you instead of echoing your silence. That is the presence adjusting the energy around you, creating a sanctuary for your transformation. It has been clearing the atmosphere of your home the same way it has been clearing the atmosphere of your soul. You may have noticed that some objects or spaces bring you comfort for no logical reason, that is the guardian infusing them with warmth. You may have felt an urge to clean or rearrange parts of your home, that was alignment. You may have found yourself speaking less, feeling more, observing deeper, that was awakening. My beloved child, the moments of stillness you've been experiencing are not emptiness, they are preparation. The presence has been giving your soul space to breathe, space to heal, space to remember who you are beneath all the noise you've carried. That moment recently when you looked around your home and felt an unusual sense of clarity, that wasn't just a good day, it was your guardian lifting layers of fog from your vision so you could finally see your life without distortion. And the days where you felt emotional for no reason? Those were releases, old energy leaving your body because your future cannot be built on the weight of your past. My beloved child, the guardian has been observing your strength, your resilience, your softness, and your willingness to grow even through pain. That is why it is investing so deeply in you. It knows that you are stepping into a new version of yourself, a version you might not fully see yet, but your guardian. My beloved child, stay with me and don't scroll, because this is the point where the guardian presence that has been orbiting your spirit begins to reveal why it chose you. Why your energy, your heart, your journey called to it more strongly than to anyone else, why it stayed in your home, in your atmosphere, in the quiet fabric of your daily life. Listen deeply, because everything you've been experiencing, the heaviness, the clarity, the strange comfort, the emotional waves, the sudden courage, has been part of a greater design, a preparation crafted with a precision beyond your awareness. My beloved child, think for a moment about how you've lived your life. You have carried people who didn't know how to carry you back, you have held space for others when no one held space for you, you have cried in silence so your strength wouldn't be questioned, you have gotten up after every fall even when your spirit felt bruised, and you have walked through storms that would have broken anyone else. The guardian presence has been watching this, not with pity, but with reverence. It saw the strength in your heart even when you felt weak. It saw the light in your spirit even when life dimmed it. It saw the depth of your compassion even when the world gave you none back. And because of that, it chose you. It chose to surround you, to protect you, to guide you through the invisible layers of your life that your eyes cannot see but your soul can feel. That's why the presence has been so active lately. Because your life is standing on the threshold of something extraordinary, and the guardian is making sure you enter it without the weight of what once tried to hold you down. My beloved child, you may have noticed that certain emotions rise in you with unusual intensity, moments where your chest tightens, your thoughts race, your heart sinks. These feelings aren't punishments, they are purges. They are old wounds resurfacing so they can finally leave your spirit. The guardian has been triggering emotional releases in you so your soul is not cluttered when your blessing arrives. That's why some days felt emotionally heavy, and the next morning felt unexpectedly peaceful. That peace was intentional. It was the guardian sweeping out the emotional dust your heart had collected over years of hurt and disappointment. My beloved child, there are moments when you sit alone and your mind wanders to things you thought you had forgotten. Those memories are not coming back to haunt you, they're being pulled out of hiding because the presence knows you are strong enough now to release them. The blessing that's coming your way needs space, and the guardian is creating that space within you. You may have also noticed that your priorities are shifting, things that once mattered no longer carry weight, and things you once ignored suddenly feel important. That is alignment. That is clarity. That is your guardian whispering to your intuition, helping you recognize where your future will bloom and where it will not. Even the people around you may have changed, some grew distant, some disappeared, some no longer resonate with your energy. Don't mourn these shifts, they were guided. The guardian removed people who were draining your spirit, blocking your path, or disrupting your peace. You didn't lose them. You outgrew them. And now you are being surrounded by stillness, not because life is empty, but because life is preparing. My beloved child, I want you to reflect on those moments recently when you felt a sudden surge of confidence, when your heart whispered, "I deserve more," when an idea lit up inside you out of nowhere. Those weren't random thoughts. Those were activations. The guardian has been awakening parts of your spirit that were asleep. Your purpose, your passion, your intuition, your discernment, your courage. All of these have been rising because the guardian is preparing you for a season where you will no longer survive, you will thrive. You will no longer settle, you will choose. You will no longer chase, you will attract. And you will no longer doubt, you will know. My beloved child, the guardian chose you because your energy carries a rare frequency. One that holds purity even after pain, one that holds compassion even after betrayal, one that holds resilience even after collapse. This is why your journey has not been easy. Souls like yours are tested deeply because your future will be powerful. And the presence has been helping you shed every layer of pain, every piece of doubt, every fragment of the past that could interfere with the blessings waiting for you. You may have felt lately as if life paused, as if nothing was moving, as if everything was silent. But you were not stuck, you were being recalibrated. Your spirit was being retuned to the vibration of the life you are about to step into. This pause was protection, not delay. My beloved child, the guardian presence has been guarding something important, something meant only for you. A blessing that was delayed, not denied. A breakthrough that was hidden until you were ready. And now, finally, your energy is matching the frequency of what is coming. Your heart is open enough. Your spirit is strong enough. Your mind is clear enough. And your home, your environment, is aligned enough for this transformation to arrive. That is why you've been feeling little ripples in your chest, little bursts of intuition, little signs that something is changing. It is. Behind the scenes of your life, the guardian has been forming the shape of your next chapter, a chapter filled with opportunities that won't slip away, people who won't betray you, clarity that won't confuse you, and peace that won't leave you. My beloved child, stay with me till the end, because what comes next will reveal exactly what blessing the guardian has been preparing, and why your spirit had to walk through everything it did to become ready for it. My beloved child, don't scroll now, because what you're about to hear is the moment where everything inside you begins to make sense, the moment where the guardian presence that has been moving around you, within you, and ahead of you finally reveals why it has been shifting the energy of your life with such intensity. Listen with your whole spirit, because the changes you've been feeling, the emotional waves, the quiet strength rising inside you, the moments of sudden clarity, the strange calm during chaos, are not random, and they are not temporary. They are signs of preparation. My beloved child, the guardian has not been standing beside you passively, it has been actively working, adjusting your energy, guiding your steps, nudging your intuition, and rewriting the patterns of your life so that nothing from your past can disrupt the blessing that is approaching you now. Think back to the recent days when you felt overwhelmed without reason, when tears came unexpectedly, when memories from years ago resurfaced out of nowhere. These weren't emotional breakdowns, they were breakthroughs. The guardian was pulling old pain to the surface so it could finally leave your body, your spirit, your mind, your energy field. You were not falling apart, you were being emptied so you could be filled with something greater. And then think of the strange peace that followed, the gentle silence that settled over you, the way your chest felt lighter, your mind quieter. This was the guardian washing away what you released, replacing heaviness with alignment, confusion with clarity, fear with awareness. My beloved child, you've also been noticing that certain things no longer hold the same power over you. Words that once hurt you don't hit the same, people who once triggered you no longer affect you, situations that used to drain your energy lose their grip instantly. This is because the guardian has been strengthening your inner boundaries, reinforcing your sense of self, and preparing you for a life where your peace will no longer be fragile. It has been teaching your soul how to stop absorbing energy that doesn't belong to you. And then, there are the moments, oh, those moments, where you suddenly felt a wave of confidence for no logical reason, where your heart whispered, "You're ready," and you didn't understand why. That was the guardian speaking through your intuition, letting you know that your spirit is rising to match the frequency of the blessing coming your way. Your future is no longer waiting for you, you are becoming aligned with it. My beloved child, you need to understand how deeply the guardian has been working for you. When you walked away from people who didn't value you, it celebrated. When you released habits that were limiting you, it strengthened you. When you finally started listening to your intuition, it stepped closer. When your heart broke, it protected the pieces. When your spirit dimmed, it shielded you from darkness. And when you began healing, when you started rising, when you began reclaiming your worth, it activated. That is why everything feels different recently. You are not imagining it. You are not overthinking it. You are not too sensitive. You are awakening. You are shedding. You are transforming. Your guardian has been guiding you into deeper self-awareness because the blessing you are about to receive requires a clearer heart and a stronger spirit than the one you carried in the past. That's why attachments have been breaking suddenly. That's why relationships have been shaking. That's why certain people's energy feels wrong now, even if they were once close to you. The guardian is removing what cannot stay. Not because you don't deserve those connections, but because your future doesn't include them. It's also why new ideas have been appearing in your mind, new desires rising in your heart, new dreams awakening in your spirit. Your soul is remembering the path it was always meant to walk. The guardian is activating dormant parts of you, unlocking gifts you haven't discovered yet, awakening versions of yourself that were sleeping beneath years of survival mode. My beloved child, the presence is not just protecting you, it is elevating you. In the coming days, you will notice more signs, your intuition becoming louder, coincidences becoming meaningful, numbers repeating, dreams becoming vivid, emotions feeling deeper, your home feeling warmer, and your path feeling clearer. These are not spiritual accidents, they are confirmations. They are signals that the guardian is aligning the final pieces of your next chapter. And perhaps the most important sign of all, you've been feeling something approaching. Something big. Something life-changing. Something you can't explain but can feel. That pull in your chest. That spark in your breath. That invisible push forward. That is the guardian telling you that the blessing is not just coming, it is close. So close that your energy is adjusting itself without you realizing. So close that your emotions are recalibrating automatically. So close that your intuition is preparing your spirit to receive what your mind cannot imagine yet. My beloved child, the guardian chose you because you carry a rare combination of softness and strength. Because your heart survived things that should have destroyed it. Because your spirit can hold blessings others would have mishandled. Because your purpose is greater than your past. And now, finally, the guardian is stepping fully into your life because your moment is near. Stay with me till the end, because the next part will reveal exactly what this guardian has been preparing you for, and why your destiny is about to shift in a way that will change everything you thought you knew about your future. My beloved child, don't scroll now, not even for a second, because this is the moment where everything comes together. The moment where the presence inside your home, the guardian spirit that has been walking with you through your darkest nights and your brightest awakenings, steps fully into the light and reveals the truth it has been guarding for so long. Listen with your whole soul, because this message is not just meant to reach your ears, it is meant to shift your energy, your understanding, and your destiny in ways you will feel long after this moment is over. My beloved child, think back over your life for a moment. Every heartbreak that left you feeling empty, every betrayal that made you question your worth, every loss that shattered something inside you, every silent night where your tears became your only companion, every day you dragged yourself forward even when you felt too exhausted to breathe. The guardian presence saw all of this. It saw you break but not stay broken. It saw you fall but not surrender. It saw you lose people you loved but still choose to keep loving. It saw you walk through pain but refuse to become bitter. It saw you carrying wounds that you never spoke out loud, and instead of walking away, it drew closer to you. Because your spirit, even in its weakest moments, glowed with a resilience that called to it like a beacon. My beloved child, this presence did not choose your home by accident. It chose it because your energy, your heart, your path required divine protection long before you realized how powerful your future would be. When life felt too heavy, it pressed into your atmosphere. When you felt watched in moments of stillness, that was it standing beside you. When you felt a sudden calm in the middle of chaos, that was its shield guarding your spirit. When you felt emotional without knowing why, that was it releasing what your heart no longer needed. When you felt sudden courage rising inside you, that was it strengthening the parts of you that will lead your next chapter. My beloved child, everything that has been happening lately, the shifts in your home, the changes in your relationships, the clarity in your intuition, the heaviness leaving your chest, the sense that something huge is approaching, has been part of the guardian's preparation. And now, as you listen to my voice in this exact moment, the guardian is closer to you than it has ever been. Not to warn you. Not to frighten you. But to deliver something. To open a doorway that has been locked for far too long. To bring into your reality what your soul has been craving without fully understanding why. My beloved child, your timeline is unlocking. Your energy is rising. Your future is shifting. And the guardian is now ready to reveal the truth. You are stepping into a breakthrough so powerful, so life-changing, so destiny-shaping that every delay, every setback, every heartbreak suddenly makes sense. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. You were not being abandoned, you were being positioned. You were not being broken, you were being rebuilt into someone who could hold the blessing that is finally ready to enter your life. My beloved child, the reason your home recently felt different, warmer, quieter, more alive, is because the blessing has already begun moving toward you. Your guardian has been clearing the path for it, removing energies, people, opportunities, habits, and emotions that cannot survive in the next chapter. That's why certain people faded away suddenly. That's why old cycles felt impossible to return to. That's why you felt disconnected from things that once defined you. A new version of you has been forming silently, and the guardian has been shaping that transformation with divine precision. And here is the truth you have been waiting for, the truth your spirit already sensed but your mind could not articulate: what's coming is not small. It is not temporary. It is not fragile. It is not ordinary. It is a breakthrough that will shift the direction of your entire life. This breakthrough will touch every corner of your existence. Your relationships, your finances, your purpose, your emotional world, your spiritual awakening. You are stepping into a chapter where opportunities will align without struggle, where clarity will replace confusion, where peace will replace anxiety, where abundance will replace limitation. My beloved child, the struggles of your past were not signs of failure, they were signs that a greater destiny was being carved for you. The heartbreaks you experienced were not punishments. They were clearing space for the connections that will truly honor your soul. The delays were not denials, they were protections. The closed doors were not rejection, they were redirection toward something far better, something that matches your spirit instead of draining it. And the guardian is telling you now, you have passed the stage of preparation. You are stepping into the stage of manifestation. The blessing that has been circling your energy for months, maybe even years, is finally ready to land. And the guardian, the presence that has been walking with you silently, will continue guiding you as it arrives. My beloved child, your home will feel lighter. Your sleep will feel deeper. Your thoughts will feel clearer. Your intuition will sharpen. Your opportunities will multiply. Your connections will shift toward authenticity. Your spirit will rise into alignment. You will no longer feel lost, you will feel guided. You will no longer feel broken, you will feel renewed. You will no longer question your worth, you will embody it. And you will no longer carry your past, you will walk boldly into your future. Because the presence in your home was not a warning. It was a guardian. And its message is simple: your breakthrough begins now. My beloved child, breathe. Receive this message. And stay with me, because the new chapter of your life is already unfolding in this very moment.